Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Victoria 2, the Grand Combination, with me, Vampire Omega and Ottoman Empire. So I'm getting back to this Let's Play after many months, just to finish it. It has been paused by my long sickness, and then I started the Imperator Rome campaign. Even though I knew I would come back to it, I kind of took a break from it because after the backstabbing of Germany in the previous episode, I really didn't feel like continuing the onslaught. I mean, from all of the possible endings, the fact that Germany ended up the war without giving us anything and actually just dismantling some forts in Austria-Hungary, I mean, what am I supposed to say about that? Anyway, we're still at war, though. It is a war against Portugal, but it's not something that we actively participate in. So I think we're just gonna chill, enjoy the rest of our years, which is the next 3 years. We're gonna be ending the Let's Play in 1910, at which point we're gonna start... Oh, okay, so the war is now finished. Cool. But as I was saying, we're gonna play till 1910, when we are going to start the Great War mod in Hearts of Iron 4. So we pretty much have just a couple of episodes ahead of ourselves. So let's just use it to retain our secondary power status, make sure that we are able to enjoy it fully. Ottoman Halkidiki, really? Where are you, craftsmen? Here. Alright, I think we could expand this factory, because that one's making quite a lot of money. So let's just invest in it. We've had our taxes pretty high, but the military spending, administration, education are all lowered. And we still do have a significant debt which we need to deal with. So let's connect the room investigation. I'm gonna let the budget to fix itself a little bit, and then we are going to deal with it. Liberal caucus calls for reform. What's our upper house looking like? We have upper house appointed. So if we gain the Liberals, they would get... We're gonna most of the Liberal... Yeah, most of the Liberal government. That doesn't change much though, because we are gonna appoint the Conservatives to rule anyway. So let's just see this thing. Taxes are gonna gradually increase as the game initiates the economy. We do have some political power here, so let's improve relations. Okay, we can actually improve the relations with Russia and Japan. We can improve just to make sure that there's not going to be any war. Italy is our neighbor. That's the one thing that we got going for ourselves, actually making sure that everybody likes us. Alright, let's get the research points. That's going to give us the deep defense system, and that's something that we wanted. Engineering support increased by 25%, army supply consumption increased by 20%, but digging cap and fort capacity increased as well. Well, we never really gone that far into industry. That's the Iron Railroad. Nor did we go with the economy. Market structure. Let's get out the market structure, which is gonna give us a bonus to diplomatic influence, farming output, coal, sulfur, metals, oil, and precious metals. But it's a really fast one. This one is gonna be done very soon, so we can keep it up. I like that the only event that we have available is kill the communist agitators. That's actually it's actually pretty fun. Alright, budget going up and down. should really increase these. The army and navy stockpile is low. They're still oscillating. It's taking a little bit longer than usual. Let's speed it up. All roads lead to Constantinople. Let's use Turkish. Unfortunately, I have a risk of rebels, but nothing really major as far as I can see. The worst ones would be the militant socialists, but they have a zero risk of doing anything to us. Alright, secondary schooling. Education efficiency increased by 15%. A secondary school is an institution dedicated to providing post-grammar school education to the public. An Albanian sabotage. Let's conduct a real investigation. Alright, starting to get a decent budget here. Let's curtail distribution here. I'm gonna leave it a little bit so that we can start repaying the loans. Let's even be... I think we might be firmly in the right place. And look at that, how fast we are getting research points here. An old tired soldier. Since I was a boy for all my life, I marched up and down and back and forth. I've marched with the firm conviction that I would die young, in service of a country that I hold dearer than any other under the sun. Yet now when my life draws to more peaceful ends, I can't help but notice that I am old. So I can actually increase pensions here. Honorable gentlemen. Let's go with the acceptable minimum wages. How much are we paying in intervene later? How much? Okay, interest is 83. That's not terrible, but we need to get rid of the debt anyway. It's gonna plague us in the upcoming Let's Play very much as well. Organized crackdown. Yeah, we're doing good. Money are solid now. 400 is decent. Great Britain is calling us to war against Swazi. Sure. Let's do that. So the amount of intellectuals. We're not really interested in getting involved in any more wars. Quite honestly, our experience with the great powers isn't great. Shimar can have their access. But I mean, frankly, we've, gotten Persia, we've gotten other nations in our sphere of influence, and if it wasn't for the meddling of the great powers, we would have been doing great. So, I don't consider this a complete loss. It's not a great result, but we pretty much went the historical route of getting slapped in the face with a chicken at every corner. And I'm using the chicken just for, emphasis sake. Yeah. Africa is split between the great powers by now. And we get the market structure. Awesome. So that was a really quick one. Let's see if we can do another one. The organized factories. Output efficiency tech. Work classification. Introspections, realism, Navy Army. Just the drilling. Let's go with drilling and blasting. That one is a really good one. Coal production plus 50%, sulfur production plus 20, metals plus 50, coal mine size, sulfur mine size. Yeah, we're gonna go with that one. And a ton of possible discoveries, so that's fine. Depth 1 to 291,000. It's kind of interesting that all is coming from our own resources, actually. We have only an internal depth. So that's kind of cool. Population increasing dramatically. That's really good. Let's see pig dogs lie. Really, we don't want any more problems. Consciousness. Yeah, mountains have dropped significantly. Votes are possible, but very unlikely. And we could raise way more units, it's awesome. So our armies are all pretty much in tip-top shape. Alright, we pay on a little bit more loan. Kulturkampf, sure. We're really giving it up to intellectuals. Support the movement. Organic work. That's one of the events that I always had a little bit of a problem with, because I don't think that's that realistic. Oh hey, a bunch of major discoveries. Monopoly market structure. Factory throughput tech was 5%. The legislation of your country has structured the market in such a way that each line of business is dominated by one very large company. And we get carbon soil enrichment. By enriching the soil with carbons, it yields more crops and a need to lay for a shorter time. Cotton production was 50%, livestock, produce and grain all plus 20, tobacco plus 15, coffee plus 20, and opium plus 20. Nice. And elastic defense system. At this point, the trenches grow to formidable systems of trenches with 2 or even 3 lines of defenses both them, with concrete fortifications and machine gun positions. The scene was as captured from the Inferno section of Dante Alighieri's Divina Commedia. So all of our units get +1 defense, with the exception of Cuirassier, cavalry, and irregulars, and more supply consumption, of course. That's a given. Alright, interest down to 57, which gives us even more money. Budget for my holding. Can speed things up. We should still have a ton. Yeah, we have a ton of possible inventions here. Trench system. That's additional defense. Flexible counterattacks. That's attack. And continuous issuing of military orders. That's speed. Darwinism, that's educational efficiency, periodic table. I get a minor bonus to throughput. Synthetic. Could there be? Attack and defense for infantry, jigs. Furniture. Barbar defense, additional defense, social Darwinism. Yeah, a lot of these. How are we doing in factories? Martian is unemployed. Not bad factories here. Oh wait, we have an event happening. We wanna be provoked. Could expand the factory here potentially, really easily. Which one though? I think the canned goods factory might be a good one. That one is already at level 4. So that's not bad. Or you could look at a fertilizer factory. Which one is... We need more money. But it's not such a big issue. This one is cheaper. That's interesting. And it's also producing more money, so let's get more canned goods. Right, and get barbed wire defense. Barbed wire is a type of steel fencing wire constructed with sharp edges or points arranged at intervals along the stand. It is used to construct inexpensive fences and is used atop walls or as a major feature of the fortification in trench warfare, stopping infantry charges. So infantry guards and engineers get 0.5 defense, heavy armament gets +1, and irregulars get 0.5. Great Martyr. Let's imprison him. And flexible counterattacks. After the enemy had gone over the top and his offensive was ebbing, this tactic meant pre-planned counterattacks against gaps in the enemy line where advance has not been synchronized. These counterattacks could sometimes push back the enemy even further than the original attacking position. So we all get +1 attack with exception cavalry and irregulars, and more supply consumption, of course. Oh, the skipping log is high. So the factory is being improved. Croatian historian. Sure. Let me just see. Because we still do have a bunch of these unemployed people. Dalmatian is the worst one, but we also have others. Leave the guy be. We've sort of resignated on that real strict approach. Southeastern Macedonia, huh? Can we build a new factory? No, we can't. Are there any projects? Ottoman Kidiki. We want to build a new factory. Ottoman Cross and Trabzon. Alright, Trabzon actually has some unemployed guys, so let's fund that one. The rest we're gonna ignore. So we got the periodic table. The periodic table of the chemical elements is a tabular display of the chemical elements. Although precursors to this table exist, the invention of periodic table is generally credited to Russian chemist Dmitry Mendeleev, who intended the table to illustrate recurring trends in properties of the elements. So sulfur production plus 5%, petroleum fuel increased by 5% production, fertilizer production plus 5%, and sharp prestige increased. And Darwinism is a theory that says that natural selection operates on variations in older species to produce offspring that can be called new species, and that this explains the appearance of all species. Education efficiency increased. Very nice. So literacy increasing. Imprison the fool. The fascists go openly in public. Oh no. Thanks to the increased awareness of the fascist platform amongst our people, the fascist organization within our nation has begun to go public in their demonstrations. They have begun to stalk the streets, intimidating others, and have attacked their communist ideological enemies. This roughhousing may or may not be good for the nation, but we can't explicitly support one side or the other without changing our regime or committing political suicide. Let the fascists play. Must keep order in the streets. We must keep order in the streets. That's what we have to do. Okay, repay the loans. And doing pretty decent. So the Dalmatian is growing the factory. You guys are growing the factory in southeastern Macedonia. That's an alloys factory. I'm gonna fund that one. Expansion anyway. And what was the last one? Görece. Alright, so that one is also eligible. Karak. So southeastern Macedonia and Görece. We just need a little bit more money. Alright, boosting our industry. Hey! Actually made it to a secondary power of 12th position. We were 13, didn't we? Alliance offer from Sweden. Sure. I'm gonna take any alliance at this point. Once we get to about 100k in debt, I'm gonna start increasing the education, administration, and military spending. Because we need that. So Sweden, what's our relation? It's pretty good, but considering we're allies now, I'm gonna increase it. At least a little bit. The first farmers' bank. Upper house rearranged. Yes, liberals go to hell. Conservatives reaction. Fascists. Man, our Upper house is a mess. Reactionaries are actually the most populous party after the liberals. Oh man, it's just not how I envisioned this. So we get more militancy. I'd like to find that we have too many ships. We need to build more ports. Can we? Railroads, universities. They're actually funding. Yeah, I think we can actually do that. I guess it could work. Temporary house majority. A temporary upper house majority has formed on the issue of unemployment subsidies. Speaking in Parliament, the Conservative group leader has opined that he believes that the measure can be enacted as an experiment with national policy, if nothing else. Citing fears of public discontent with the present plight of the unemployed, his group will back a proposal for modest unemployment benefits. Liberals in Parliament remain wholly unconvinced of the proposition, but not enacting the proposal will be seen as a lost opportunity by those pushing for reform. Alright, that's fortune favors the bold. I mean, we got the people in the Parliament that want to push for it, so why wouldn't we? Continuous issuing of orders. By using a staff system even at a low echelon units, it enabled the leaders to give continuous orders and accurately. Awesome. So more money. Trigger subsidies actually don't bother us. We're paying 10. So exchanging that for militancy was a great idea. Not really an issue at all. Alright, we need to ideally continue improving our army, which we could. Sons of a Bulgarian labor. Still units that obviously don't have. Oh wow. You ought to fund our army to get better at this. Okay, mitigate the policies. We can use that. Hurt the intellectuals. You could use an entirely new army in the south, to be quite honest. How would we handle that though? Turkish guards. I could build a small one for now. Let's have it just like... Yeah, we could have only 9 regiments. I mean, we could go with 10 if we wanted to. So have... Oh, you're such a bad army. So are you. So I could pull some units out of you and give you the hussars. So 2 hussar units will be recruited here. Alright. So let's hire 2 Bulgarian hussars. And I can pull 2 artillery units out of you guys. And send them here. Alright. And I'll need one more hussar unit. angry cruiser. So that's one, and I need okay, just get rid of these events, but we'll need 4 give me a sec. Synthetic dyes, man is very dangerous. So synthetic dyes, this incorporated a chemical process that created different types of dye in synthetic way. It revolutionized the coloring of fabric and terminated the production of agricultural dye, which became too expensive to produce. So we get a new industry. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, I can fully pull them from these good pops. Okay, so 4 and 2 more artillery units. Turkish and Turkish. Alright, that ought to do it. And the question, do you guys fund any projects? Yes. What about the development bank? Let's fund a university and another one. I'll fund the development bank. And yes, I'll fund the synthetic dye industry. I was hoping that they would pull something like that. Let's fund the industry, the university over here. They want to build a cement factory. I'll fund that too, and the development bank. The rest of the money is gonna go to repaying the debt. So let's repay like 10k, because we are funding and purchasing ammunition now. So let's not go too crazy. Let's not go too crazy. Okay, improve relations with Sweden. Alright. You guys are marching. Alright, now we're actually bleeding money because of the military. But I think we only have to fund a couple more and we'll be fine. Pension dissipate. Oh, tension dissipate. Those militancy. How are the revolts looking? Pretty well, just the Serbian Patriots and Jacobin rebels, but there's very little of them. Moldavia offers us an alliance. At this point, I might as well take it. Drilling and blasting will be done soon. Still funding. And these purchases are expensive, man. The professor. Alright, back to positive numbers. And we get the drilling and blasting. Coal production plus 50%, sulfur plus 20, metals plus 50, coal plus 50, sulfur plus 50, and iron mine size plus 50. Alright, I guess we can do one more technology before the end of the game. So let's make it count. Which one? Historical theory? And investment banks? No, let's go with private banknote printing. I think that one should be done. Yes, it's gonna be... Oh wow, actually we can do 2 more. Alright, this one's gonna be done in January 1909. So that's pretty cool. Pay a little bit of the loans. Yep, we're at 100k. Let's enforce the Ottoman curricula. We don't have a problem with that. And we get jigs. The introduction of jigs vastly increased the efficiency of all machines, which in turn helped increase the most industrial production. And that gives us a bonus with luxury factories. Alright, build a railroad. Can do that. Are we still making? I think we are. What's the population here? What are we funding? Soldiers, capitalists. So I'm looking on soldiers, capitalists. I think I might just go ahead and fully translate into. Wait, I just need to make sure that these guys are Turkish. Yes. Aydin can turn to capitalists and you. Alright, so I'm gonna focus on capitalists. Oil well found. Oh, Awas will start producing oil. Alright. Where is Awas? That's a plus or minus. I think it's over here somewhere. Awas. I forgot what the search function is again. Nope, not here. Here. Awas. Oh, all the way here. Alright, well, we have oil. And it's connected to a railroad, which is actually amazing because we can improve on it. That's gonna improve the RGO output, and a development bank, I think, would help. Yes, with that as well. So let's fund that. So Awas immediately began to be way more interesting for us. Oh wow, we're actually making bank. Nice. So you guys can unite. Get you guys here, you guys here. Go, go, go. We're back to position 13, unfortunately. But our armies are getting stronger. So we might actually cure it out. Friction hoist. I didn't even know we had that on the list. Invented in 1877 by Frederick Köppe. Friction or Köppe hoists are mounted on the ground above the mine shaft or at the top of the head frame. They utilize tall ropes and counterweights and do not have the haulage rope fixed to the wheel, but instead passed around it. The tail ropes and weights offset the need for the motor to overcome the weight of the conveyance and hoisting rope, thereby reducing the required horsepower of the hoisting motor by up to 30%, with the overall power consumption remaining the same. Friction hoists, unlike drum hoists, can and normally do use multiple ropes, giving them a larger payload capacity. However, since they require a larger safety factor, they are impractical for very deep shafts. Coal production output was 30%. Alright, depth down to 78k. And well, I'm gonna let the episode run for a little bit so that we save up money, because I'm just gonna record that one or this one episode, and after it's done I'm gonna head to bed and continue recording tomorrow, which means the economy is gonna tank again in the next episode, so we need to have a little bit of a buffer there. Let's look at our production, because We've been doing really good. Oil is... yeah, that's nothing that interesting, but I mean, we have some oil. It's also pretty good. What about sulfur? No, I was hoping that it would be a major export article, but it never happened. Coal... oh my god. Yeah, no. Alloys. I don't think we're ever having anything major anywhere. Production also seems a little bit muted. 62 units of canned food. We're doing well about that. I mean, this percentage of tobacco was actually decent. 4,000, so we have about 3 to 4%. No, 40, so about, yeah, 45%, depending on the actual outcome. Coffee, tea, nothing. Yeah, we're not really dominant in pretty much anything, unfortunately. It sucks, but it is what it is. Alright, how come the position has been stolen again from us? Oh, the Qing Empire jumped ahead of us. Really? Military score, industrial score. They have no prestige. Yeah, we definitely need to increase military score if we wanted to get better in that. Chemical industry. The professor. Can we fund some more projects before we turn it off? Yes. University, university, university. Ottoman Karak. And they're able to pretty much fund the entirety of the economy on their own. Don't really require anything from us anymore, which is good, you know. When you create a working class, you have people working, but when you create an actual rich class, they can keep your economy alive. Alright. So wait, what's the overall score? There was like 80 difference, wasn't there? Yeah, I think there was. Imperial State of Iran declares independence. A foreign power has meddled in the affairs of the Imperial State of Iran, taking advantage of the unrest there to engineer a coup which has freed them from our control. Our trusted servants in the nation have been either arrested or expelled. There will be hell to pay. Oh. So this greatly hurts our relations with the British, but I did not directly declare war. So let me see, I can go back and improve the relations with Great Britain because they are our allies. And right, Iran is protected by United Kingdom. Awesome, so we can't really do anything with them, can we? Yes, United Kingdom would come after us. So I was wrong. We're gonna lose even further power before this is over. Amazing. Well, let's end the episode here on a high note. Anyway, hope you enjoyed it. We're very close to ending the Let's Play. Hearts of Iron are gonna be an entirely new nightmare, but I'm gonna be happy to end this one and leave it behind. So anyway, see you in the next. It's probably gonna be the penultimate episode where we're gonna finish it, and there's gonna be one more economic and overview episode at the end of the Let's Play, just to show how far we have progressed or not progressed, depending on your perception. And you guys, I forgot that I need to send the hussars over there. So you guys have, yes, you have one more hussar unit that we do not need. And that one's gonna go. That one is gonna go over here. Alright, so see you in the next episode.